thought I'd just give a quick look around on my wide wheel, because it's getting close to 2 years and got quite a few thousand Ks on it. And basically, everything's pretty tidy. There's a little tiny bit of corrosion around there that's kind of gone nowhere. Rest of the stem's fine. Up on the top's all good. It's recently come off the charge, but everything's good. All of the bits still work. Haven't got any substantial cracks there. It's all pretty tidy, considering I haven't actually really washed it. I've just let it get washed whenever it gets rained on. The grip tape's good. The little fix there's worked fine. There's basically nothing wrong with the scooter. It just behaves nicely. And as you know, I ride it all over the joint. I've ridden it down gullies and down mountain roads and just to and from town every day as well. So it's been a great little scoot. Now, how long can you expect your scooter to last? Well, I'd say it totally depends upon you. If you just cast your eye over it every other day, whenever you're using it, get familiar with how it feels, how loose or tight that area should be, just look for anything that's, get familiar with it, get interested in it, learn how it works, and it'll stand by you. This has been great. Of course, I haven't had a flat. Now, in contrast, I'll just put in a few pictures, see what I can do in processing it. But I'll put in a few pictures of another wide wheel that's got less age on it and has been badly abused. Oh my God. Okay, so this one was loaded up on Reddit. My scooter broke in half, but have a look at where the gooseneck is down in the bottom corner there. The guy used JB weld to hold it together when it started losing it. Now you can see bolts protruding up the top there, and the whole thing's just doused in it. Look at the cracks in the wheel. Look at that damage to that front wheel. He loved his JB weld. Look at all that fucking crap all over the stem knob. That's just terrible. The brake is coming out there. Obviously that's worn through. Look at the cracks in the rim. Look at the tyre scuffed up from that. What's he done? Actually, interestingly, the fucking bolt's missing from the swing arm there. So it's a miracle that didn't fall off. God, that's what you get from neglect. Anyway, since it's such a lovely day, I thought I'd take the creature for a little bit of a squirt into town. Just mention a few little things while we're riding along. One thing I'll say is that having this cruise control on here is really handy, because you can just hold it down even at this sort of speed for the 10 seconds. No, too slow, never mind. I often find that just walking it uphill, oh my God, it's got a thumb control. I can't control it. How do I possibly control it? I suppose you could try and learn. Oh, now I've got the cruise control engaged. So that's pulling itself along. Okay, so I like the fact that I can just give it a little bit of a quick move along and then just button on, and it goes from, a standing start to the 25 kilometres an hour that the speed limiter cuts into fairly immediately. So it's good. So, I don't mind having to slow down for things, because then you can speed up again. It's fun. Well, they predicted a storm this afternoon, so that looks like a bit of storm out over that way. Oh my God, I took my hand off the wheel. Oh my God, I'm going to die. Anyway, so I was also talking to somebody about technique for one-handed riding. Now, one-handed riding's tricky because if you start wobbling it, it'll go, right? So if you don't, if you just allow it to do what it wants to do, it actually goes okay, right? So what you need to do is, with your feet, provide some pull over to that way. Hang on. Provide some pull over to that way. and then you can provide a little bit of tension with your hand so that you know that you're not pushing on the bar, you're just actually providing a little bit of tension, and it helps you to, keep your arms stiff and straight, and you keep your feet, just bouncing up and down as me. You keep your feet placed and positioned so that, can you see past my gut? So you got somewhere to stand, and then you can move around and change your feet so you don't have to stand like a statue and go, I get sore back. So there you go. Make sure no one's coming. I swear this thing's running slow. Maybe it's gone back into non-fast mode. So hang on a second, I'm just going to check the settings here. So a little bit of shade, long press. It has one dot, right? Okay, so let's put that there. No. Now we should have faster mode. I thought that was kind of a bit slow. Okay, so let's take off again and button it on, and there we go. That's better. That's running a bit faster. I mean, you get so used to it doing 24 or 25 kilometers an hour that when it drops down to, 22, you feel like it. That's really interesting. I've noticed now that little guy there is starting to, wobbles and various things have somehow got it that it does slowly move its way over. Let's talk about this. So this guy here, obviously he's held in by a spring, but I have experienced lately that with various bumpity-bumpities, it seems to, like, I don't know, want to drift over there, and now it doesn't want to do it. It's locked on solid. I don't get it. But I have had it actually go close to folding, so there you go. So let's just do that one. I don't know why. Well, now it's locked on, so I'll need to tap it off. Still, locked on is better than not on. I found that when going over bumps, people can go on about the bumpity-bumpities it makes, and they couldn't get used to not having pneumatic tyres, but generally speaking, it hasn't been an issue for me. But like when I just jump that little bit of a gutter, then I always sort of like land up and then come back down on my feet with a little bit of give in it. And I try and keep the scooter so that I know that both wheels are going to touch the ground at the same time to transfer the weight evenly across both things. And that seems to help it a lot. G'day. Anyway, well, here we go. Lovely day, in and around town. Is he going to see me? No, he's not going to see me. He's just going to fucking pull out in front of me. Why would you do anything else, eh? Notice the body position change when I hit the brakes. Keep your weight back over that back wheel, because on this model there ain't no. Let's just do a U-turn going. On this model there ain't no front brake. Watch out for people opening car doors. Now I really, I do like this little guy for a run into town and back. I've compared it from my house to here, and it's 20 seconds fucking different. I mean, who cares? 20 seconds. Oh, I got to the shop 20 seconds faster. If I'm doing production racing, then it'll make a big difference, but I'm not. I'm just riding the scooter to the shops, right? So, 20 seconds here or there makes no real difference. The other thing I'll say is that the scooter is a lot quieter on the tyres. You don't hear that tyre slap that you do on the MX-60. So as a result, I can really hear that. Hello, here we go. Someone else is going to pull out on me. Yeah, he spotted me. I can hear what's coming behind me, and it's really handy knowing what's coming up behind you, because you don't always look in the, rear vision mirror like you probably should. Anyway. Oh, of course, cruise control's on, so. But yeah, okay, there's a few like bumpity-bumpities when you go over things. Like I'll hit some bumps deliberately, like here. Yeah, I can feel that the scooter went over a bump. But
I'm not expecting it to be a hoverboard, and I kind of like actually knowing when my scooter hits bumps rather than when they get bad. Like, I mean, if I hit a bad bump on this, it'll go bang bang, and I'm going to try and learn to steer around the bumps, which of course, you know, I've done that all my life anyway, but yeah. Anyway, there you go. So, how long will your scooter last? That's really up to you. My opinion is keep an eye on all the little screws around the place. Keep an eye on the obvious points of movement, like, you know, wrist, swing arm, and all that stuff that I've got on my blog on keep an eye on stuff. Stitch in time saves 9, so, you know, if you notice one of the screws coming loose, well, just, you know, rip your Allen key out, put a drop of Permatex blue on the end of the thread, put it back in again. By the morning, that'll be set, and it'll be bloody fine for the next, until you go to pull it off yourself. Pretty much nothing's come loose on this since I've Permatexed it, so that's 2 years. You know, I see people that have done a fraction of the mileage and 2 months, and their scooters are buggered because everything's fallen off them. So how long your scooter lasts is really, you know, up to you. Here we go. Bit of, notice me leaning off the corner there. Keep the scooter straight, up and down. There you go. Fun day.